Hello guys, good morning. Alright guys, welcome back once again. So in today's video I want to show us how to cut a top. Now I have several videos on this, but the reason I'm making this new one is to introduce you properly, and then as well key in the next videos I'll be sending across. So right now I have my measurements already. My customer chest of 44, shoulder of 19, top length of 36, sleeve length of 27, round sleeve of 16, elbow of 14, ankle fist of 9, right, neck of 17. So all these things are the parameter or the measurements we're going to use in drafting of all these stuff. It will be a long sleeve, right? So first and foremost, when you fold, your folding should cover your chest measurement by 4 plus extra 2 inches. 44 by 4 is 11, right? 11 plus extra 2, making it to be 13. So I have 13 inches fold, right? So your chest measurement should be considered first in folding. So after you have folded, now at the down part of the clothes, you make sure you mark out the baseline. Now this baseline will serve you to make sure that the down part is straight enough. Then you mark 4 inches here. Now this 4 inches is a maximum you can mark. You cannot mark less than 4 or more than 4. Mark 4 here as well. Mark the 4 here as well. Now it's for the folding allowance. Then you connect accordingly, right? Connect as shown. Then after the connection, you now apply the top length from here, right? I hope the chalk is visible enough. You mark the top length. Then the top length I have is 35, 36 top. Let's use 36 top length. So you mark 36 top length, right? Then after that, you also extend the line. Make sure the lines are straight enough. So this becomes your shoulder line, right? Now this shoulder line is where your top length ended or ends. So from there now, you now derive your armhole. Armhole of long sleeve, I told us, is just over 4 minus 1. So the armhole, the chest I have is 44 by 4 is 11 minus 1 is 10. So you mark at 0.10, right? 0.10. This is for the armhole for long sleeve. If it were to be short sleeve, I would have used 11 armhole for it. Then you mark 10. You extend the line accordingly as well. You extend the line accordingly as well, right? Fine. Then the next thing you will do now is to apply the real chest there, which happens to be 11, the 44 by 4, 11. Apply it on that line, right? The extra 2 inches, right? Very, very important, right? After that, you now mark your shoulder. Shoulder I have a shoulder of 19. 19 by 2 is 9.5. That's divided by 2, 9.5. Then you're going to add extra 0.3 or half maximum. So you mark 9.8 or 10, right? The inch of sleeve joining is what I'm considering now. I don't join more than half an inch. The maximum I join is 0.5. So you can mark 0.5 or 0.3. I'm marking at 0.5, that's 10. The shoulder is 19.5 and extra half. So I used to mark them together because half inch is too small for me to mark individually in shoulder and then plus half. So then you connect the shoulder allowance to the real chest in this form. Connect the shoulder allowance to the real chest in this form, right? Then you slope your shoulder by certain value, 2 inches, 2.5, 3 inches maximum, right? So now I will give you a video on slanting and raisings of our front and back block, right? Now you mark from here 2.5 inch down, right? And then the slanting is of 2 types. You can slant and end at the material unfold. You can as well slant and end at the neck edge. So when you have the slanting done, so whichever slanting you are going to use can be we work, right? So but for the first time, or we are cutting, let's slant outrightly. As we progress in subsequent slantings, I might show you how to slant to the neck edge. So but we are slanting to the center fold now. So you mark this way. Then you measure from the slanted line to the armhole remaining. You have 7.5 inches. You get the midpoint, which is 3.75. That's 3.75 somewhere here. This is the middle distance of this armhole. Then from that midpoint, come in by 1.5 inch inwards for armhole trimming, right? Armhole trimming. Then connect accordingly. connect accordingly this way, right? Connect accordingly this way. So this will serve you for armhole trimming. There, in some cases, some persons will come in by 2 inches inwards from the chest and then connect the line this way and then make a little curve this way. It's still good, it's still nice, right? However you want to do it, it works. My formulas or my way of cutting is peculiar to me. I'm not trying to contradict any other method out there. So now the neck calculation is what you are going to consider now. So the neck I have is 17 divided by 6, you have 2.83. So because I'm going to use facing on this clothes, I will mark at 2.5. By the time I put my facings, it falls back to 2.83, right? So you mark 2.5 here, then add 0.5 to it, and then to get the depth, meaning 3 inches. So the neck calculation I have is 2.5 by 3 for the width was measurement and then the depth accordingly. So right, you extend the line this way and then extend this one this way. You form a right angle triangle here. Once you get this right angle triangle, you take your pattern master or whatever curve you have, make a connection that touches the edge of the 2.5 on at the width and then touches the 3.5 in depth in a curvy form this way. So this serves you for your neck connections and the armhole, and then for the side opening or the side closure. Now, because of the fact that I'm trying to manage material, I won't have any extension at the side, but I will just mark 17 inches from the armhole down. The least is 13 inches from the armhole to your side opening. 13 inches when you have a normal top length. So I will show you the next videos that will explain better on side slittings and other possible things that wasn't explained in this video. So now, this is the basic way you can use to mark your top. Then I will cut this now and then show you how to cut the back. I've finished cutting the back, the front, so I want to cut the back now. So you fold as well, you fold again, and then the folding will still retain the same size used in the front block. So you place it this way. Make sure that both front and back panel are equal in width, right? Make sure they're equal so that you will not waste fabric. So then it's advisable that at this stage you iron. This ironing will help you to remove the rumples and as well make the fabric to relax at the folded part. So let me iron and show you how to cut. Alright guys, so now I have ironed the fabric, right? So then I want to mark the back. Now remember that we slanted or we sloped the front panel by 2.5 and the slope ended at the material unfold. So at the neck region for the front, now certain inch, half inch was removed while we are trying to slant. So you have to raise here 3 inches raising, extra half inch longer than what is sloped, and then 2.5 exact at the armhole area. Now these slanting and raising issues will be explained as we progress in this online training, right? So now you draw the line this way. Then the connection of the back neck, the width, you have to slope your ruler this way, or you can still make it to be straight. You can mark it to be straight enough this way, and then you mark half inch inwards from the straight line. You can come in by half an inch backwards to make sure you've got the exact slanting nature, right? And then take it back again. Now the reason for this slanting or this slope marking is to enable the neck sit properly at the back piece of your customer, right? Then from the slanted part, the slopey part, mark 1.5 inch down for the back neck depth, right? And then you connect in with a curvy form, right? So this is all you need to do for the back piece. So I'll also cut and show you how the cutting is done, so you won't make mistakes while doing yours. Then you cut this way and then cut this way. Then on getting to the armhole area, the cutting surpass the armhole area a bit, and then you come out from like half inch outwards, and then you start connecting back to the front armhole. You have to trim in this form. Now this must be how it should be done, this way, right? Then trim in this form, and then as well you cut the sides. The sides must as well be of the same width, And then getting to the part, you have the little notch for the side opening, and then you also indicate that at the back panel as well. Then if you notice, the back at the down part is longer here. Now the extra inch, it will be at least 1 inch or thereabout. 1 inch is the maximum inch in length. Now this will help us in the neck balancing, meaning by the time we join the front and the back panel, the front needs to be drawn or pulled down a bit to make the neck, to give you a circular or oval neck. By so doing, if you did not put this 1 inch here, the back will jump and then the front will be longer. So I try to make sure I put this 1 inch here, so that by the time I balance my neck, the back remains the same, or rather back still remains longer. I will now cut off the excesses. So now after this, now the next you will do is your shoulder balancing, right? Shoulder balancing, meaning take the back piece, push it in front. Now this extension in front will be in line with the 2.5 inches you want to you raise. 2.5 inches you raise, right? Then once you balance, push it in front, you trim off the excesses that encroach on the armhole area. Trim it off with the armhole direction. Trim it off this way, right? As well, trim off the neck area, the neck region, the one that encroaches on the front neck region, right? Trim it off as well. So this is how you do it. Make sure that the front and the back neck are synchronized or are falling or is corresponding. Then you make sure you bring it out this way, and then you trim off this as well. So this will serve you for the front and back piece trimming on the armhole and the neck area. So this serves for the front and back cutting. The other video we see now will be on the components, the sleeves, the cuffs, and whatsoever I'm going to cut as we progress. Thank you for watching.